Welcome to Sykes, the Bottom Line Pharmacy Podcast, your regular dose of pharmacy CPA advice to fuel your bottom line, featuring pharmacists, key vendors, and other innovators.
Your checks, yes, you can call me, because we the best, Sykes & Company. We the best, Sykes & Company. Your accounting is a mess, there's no need for you to stress. Go online and request from the best. We the best, Sykes & Company. We the best, Sykes & Company, yes.
Welcome everybody to an episode of the Bottom Line Pharmacy Podcast here live at the NCPA conference. And Scotty Sykes here with my star of the show, Bonnie Bond, Viking
Hey
Bond.
guys, we're in Ohio, the last day of the NCPA trade show.
Yep. And it's been a good show. It's been really, people that are here, you wouldn't think pharmacy is, having a hard time right now. People here are fired up. They are engaged. They are,
Lots of great ideas and new things to do out here.
It's positive.
It's a huge
lot
show.
of positive energy here. It's good.
Yeah.
So if you're not going to NCPA conferences, you need to go. This is a good crowd, great networking. Had some good classes here, Bonnie.
Yeah, we started, Ollin and I came in on Wednesday night. We started with the ownership workshop. We talk about that a lot on the podcast. The NCPA, McKesson puts that on every trimester. So 3 times a year we have huge panel of folks there, students, people looking to purchase stores, looking to buy stores, sell stores. It's always a great workshop. So we had that ahead of the trade show. So another great group of students, great speakers, good time.
Anything buying or starting a pharmacy at the workshop there, NCPA. And then, of course, we did the accounting fundamentals and KPI class on Saturday.
There's a huge group in there.
Big old group in there.
Yep.
And we covered revenue, fundamental accounting, tax planning, cash flow, those kinds of things. So that we had a good turnout there.
People were alert. I didn't see anybody sleeping.
I didn't see anybody walk
Lots
out.
of questions.
So we must have did something right. But no, that was great. And then
I went to some courses myself.
Yes.
So definitely Nicolette Matthey. That was my favorite that I went to. A lot about the 503A and B's information there. I know that is a hot topic for lots of people with these weight loss drugs and compounds, and lots of information out there. So if you guys are not following that in your state, figuring out what you can do to get into that, she's a great resource to reach out to too.
And I did the Cost Plus class yesterday. That was pretty good. Totally different model. It takes a lot of due diligence and planning to look into that and to do it right. But there's pharmacies out there doing it and doing it well. So that was interesting, and you're seeing some growth there and some increase in interest in that area. And then this morning I went to the inventory management class, which I really think all pharmacies need to be. It was really good. Joe Williams did the class, and he takes it from the approach where he is a high efficiency machine. I bet if you walk in his pharmacies, it is like clockwork in there. He knows everything about behind the bench and his inventory, and everything's tight and everything's where it should be, and he's maximizing cash flow that way. I think pharmacies really need to be doing that. Just guessing at your inventory is not
idea.
something you can do. And he even said it like you have such high standards on compliance and making sure you're doing the right things, but your standards on the inventory side is not there. You need to have it there. You've got a prescription system that you're paying for that can add these benefits and add a layer of efficiency to your pharmacy. Take advantage of it, use it. So it was a really good class, and I think really all pharmacies could listen to that.
And what do you have in your hand?
Well, before we get to this, the general sessions have been pretty good too, Bob.
Yes, they have.
We had election update today, which included tax reform, kind of where that's going. I guess the takeaways there is that PBM reform has bipartisan support. They feel like it's as close as it's ever been, and they feel like it's actually going to get done.
Look who's here. Kathy, come sit beside me.
PBM reform, they had some legal lobbyists up there, Democrat and Republicans, saying PBM reform is as close as it's probably ever been.
Perfect.
It's they think it's going to get to the finish line. So whether it's going to be at the end of this year or next year on an omnibus bill, they said, because it's $1 billion of savings, and there's not a whole lot of $1 billion savings out there that Congress can take and utilize. So they feel like it's got a good chance.
Kathy, tell them about the name of your new podcast that you and Scotty are doing.
We're doing Master the Margin, and everybody seems to enjoy it. It's a little bit more educational, best practices, implementing systems and techniques to help you do a little bit better with the financial side.
Yeah, so check that out if you haven't already. And look who else decided to join. Come over here, Ollin. Just peek in and say hello.
Grab a hat.
Ollin,
have a seat.
come, just sit down for a second. We're talking about the general session. Tell us about 2 or 3 of the big things you've seen here at the show, you've learned, takeaways.
Well, number one, you got a lot of vendors. You got a lot of new vendors. You got some new pharmacy niche banks here. First time I've seen them before. We had a real good day yesterday with meeting with clients and non-clients, and looking forward to another great day here at the NCPA.
Which was your favorite CE class that we broke into and listened to?
Probably the one with Joe Williams with the inventory control and Medsync, because we're really big into inventory controls and Medsync, and he takes it to a whole nother level.
He sure
He's
does.
Talking about inventory turns of 50 plus. So I mean,
Wow.
that was very impressive. It was a stand-up room, and that was probably the favorite class.
Other than you and Scotty's, that was the best class.
Well, it was interesting doing that. We got a really good response, and had a lot of folks come by the booth yesterday that were in the class.
We squeezed in everything in an hour.
And you guys attended Nicolette's class as well.
Yes, we did. That was
I
was
did
great.
the Cost Plus. They did Nicolette.
Cost Plus, we did Nicolette's.
Cost Plus was good.
Kathy, what have you learned here? Anything new and great?
Well, I think the GLP-1 class that we sat in on was very interesting. A lot of good vendors here today, and I think the best part about working with a trade show like this, all you have to do is ask the vendors questions, ask them for demos, ask them for what their services are. They're so very gracious, and they're always willing to jump in and show you their product.
We did a digest review last year here on site. We'll do a digest review this year, 24 digests. I guess a couple notable things for me, Bonnie, is we got average revenue now almost to $5 million in last year in 23,
Whoa.
which is a jump from
All brands,
4.3.
Brands have had a lot to do with that. for sure.
Brands jumped that up, and as a result of that, you see margins drop a little bit from 20.8
scripts, 80,
to 19.7.
$58 last
How
year.
much?
80.37, up from $58 and change last year.
Yeah,
That's nothing but brand exposure. That's incredible.
that is incredible. And pharmacies that weren't paying attention to this, that didn't have the accounting, didn't have the fundamentals in place, if they weren't paying attention to what these numbers were doing in real time, they may have found themselves in some cash flow issues.
Yep.
So importance of plugging our accounting fundamentals there, knowing exactly what's going on in your pharmacy so you can stay ahead of this. Obviously when you're filling brands like that, it takes a lot of cash. You're not getting reimbursed. You're paying the wholesaler before you're getting reimbursed, and maybe you're even getting reimbursed at a loss. So you had to have good accounting numbers to be able to pick up on this quickly, so you're not in trouble.
Great point. Lots of good information in there.
There always is. Average pharmacy is 2. It was about 2.3. It's around 2 now. 191 scripts per day on average here.
I think the payroll was a little reduced too, was it not?
Where's that number?
And I think that's fully loaded
Yeah.
payroll too.
Yeah, it's fully loaded. So
Payroll expenses, yeah.
we
Which is
expected-
down. It keeps going down. We went from 13.3 in 21, 11 in 22, and 10.6 in 23. So inventory control is trending down, which is
Does it have inventory turns in there? I didn't notice.
it does not have inventory. Did I say inventory? I meant payroll.
Payroll. That 10.6 was payroll.
Yeah. No inventory in here. So in addition to the PBM reform that they feel is on the table, certainly, tax reform will be coming, and we've got a separate video on this, Austin. And, there's going to be some changes there next year with the expiring Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. If Trump wins, he's going to want to extend a lot of that, expand a lot of that. If Harris wins, and she's going to want to probably repeal a lot of that and change a lot of that, and increase tax rates to some degree. So, going to be interesting next year in terms of tax reform, and we'll certainly have all the updates as they happen.
And also, Kathy and I, and maybe you, we touched a baby kangaroo yesterday. So that was the first at a trade show. It's important.
Yeah.
The armadillo.
And an armadillo.
It's not every day you see a kangaroo.
Yep.
I think we need to step up our booth game and have animals. It's been a great show. I mean, we've been here since Ollin and I since Wednesday night, and
it's just been a really
wrapping it up.
positive show, and people are engaged, and people, I mean, it's nothing but people looking to the future here. I'll tell you, it's good stuff.
Make it better.
Yeah.
Any parting words of wisdom, Ollin?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see today what kind of action we have at the booth and what both new and existing clients that we meet. Always enjoy that.
Company, yes.